The days of a traditional job search are dead. If your plan is to update your resume and apply to a couple jobs one day a week, well, it's not going to work and you're probably not getting an offer. I've been in recruitment for 15 years, and it is different today than it's ever been. In today's video, I'm going to explain why and what you need to do about it. Okay, so the market is brutal today. If you're watching this video, my assumption is you know that, you feel that, and it is very real to you. But I want to talk about a few of the reasons why that's the case and how it is actually impacting the life of job seekers. Now, the first thing I'm going to touch on is the market is incredibly tight. Companies are really hesitant right now because of market volatility and everything that is going on with the world. Companies right now are not posting as many positions. They're not hiring as much. This is especially true around white-collar jobs, which were traditionally pretty attractive, pretty stable, and in some instances, they were pretty resilient. Right now, that is not the case. Companies are really pulling back on that. And because of that, there are more candidates per job, which is going to make getting an interview hard, let alone actually getting a job offer. Now, that's the first big thing that is factoring into this. The second thing that's factoring in is AI. Right now, because the market is tight, because companies are uneasy, because they're unwilling to make moves from a human capital perspective, what are they doing? They're trying to use AI to do more with less. There's been several articles that have come out that I have read that say that companies are already replacing humans with AI. There's a lot of that, like counter arguments, like no, companies aren't doing it. But the truth is they are. Companies are replacing jobs today with AI jobs. And it's making the market much more challenging for candidates who are going to try to get a job. If you're interviewing today, the reality is you're going to be up against more candidates, and they're going to be really good candidates because there's less jobs. If that's the case, then you need to nail your interview. Like, there is absolutely no excuse. You have to get in there and you have to crush it. And if you want to make sure that you're part of the top 1% candidates, what I want you to do is go down in the description box and click that first link. That link is the link to my full interview prep guide. It is essentially like having me personally prep you for your interview. And if you go through that entire system that I put together, you will be a top 1% candidate. I teach you how to answer a variety of interview questions. I put together 25 custom interview videos that will teach you about different components. It has templates for you to message different hiring managers. And it has exercises that I walk you through how to make sure you've got great stories to answer really important interview questions. So if you want to be an amazing interviewer, go down, get that guide. Now, AI also rears its ugly head here in another way. So there are less jobs. Companies are doing more with less, and they're using AI to replace some humans. So these applicants, these jobs are flooded with applicants. But even more than that, candidates are now using AI tools to apply to jobs on their behalf. You can actually work with, there's a bunch of different services where they can customize your resume for you, depending on the job, they can apply to you. So before, while maybe someone had to work really hard to apply for 10 jobs in a day, right? That was hard to do. You had to go through, fill out all the information. There are AI tools now where candidates could easily apply to hundreds of jobs per day. So what happens when they do that? Well, for one, they apply for a ton of jobs. And if you're posting a job, like if you're a company, maybe in the past you would get 60, 70 people applying for your job. Well, now maybe you have 1,000. Well, here's the problem. By the time you reach out to those candidates, one, some of those candidates you'll never see. You'll never see candidate 913, right? You're just not going to get that deep into your applicant pool. But some of those other candidates who used AI to apply, when you reach out to them, they don't even answer because they're already interviewing for other jobs because they've applied to so many. So what you've basically done is you've inundated these job posters with a ton of applicants, made it so people who are applying through traditional mediums might never even be seen. And some of the people using AI, by the time that recruiters reach out to them, they're already deep in process with 5, 6, 7, 8 other job interviews potentially, and they're not even interested in pursuing this one. So they just really muddied the waters for people who are interested. So what you have to do, and I mean absolutely have to do, is you have to network. One of the easiest ways to get a job is to be referred. And you can actually skip this entire process if you are strategic and you can be referred in for an opportunity. And it's why I made this video here. In this video here, I basically teach you how to access the hidden job market and skip being an applicant by being a referral. So I'm done here, but I'll see you over there.